guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Tuesday, May 4th, 2021. My name is Aubrey and this is my astrological outlook for the day. So, just to get things out up front, the big thing that we have going on today is Mercury is moving to Gemini. Actually, he moved into Gemini and began discharging 1 degree of Gemini late last night. But today we have our first full day of the year with Mercury in Gemini. So I will talk more about what that means as I progress through my report of today's energetics. But I just wanted to get that out there and say that we have Mercury moving into Gemini today. Secondly, we have the moon squaring Venus in the black moon. Again, the moon is in the later degrees of Aquarius, forming a square with the black moon and Venus today, who are still in conjunction, although it's not exact. And this, again, can create emotional issues and conflicts in regards to all of those Venus-Taurus themes that I've been talking about: self-worth, relationships, resources, partnerships, finances, and material possessions. Now, Venus today is at 25 degrees of Taurus, and the Sabian symbol, the energetic visual depiction of that degree, is a well-kept public park. So we may be trying to keep up appearances today that are at odds with how we're actually feeling, all right? And we have the sun today at 15 degrees of Taurus, and that Sabian symbol is a man with a rakish silk hat, muffle against the cold, braves a storm. So putting these two together in a way, I kind of see it as, this might be our best effort, maintaining these appearances to muffle against and brave a storm that we feel is pending or on the way in our lives or our relationships or our experience. And this would fit in right with all of those Taurus themes and the fact that Uranus is there really shaking things up and trying to bring us into our true authenticity. So we have Venus trying to maintain appearances today and the sun preparing us to brave some type of storm. And these two things could kind of work together if we are maintaining those appearances that are sort of at odds with how we're actually feeling, our true authentic feelings, Uranus and Taurus. So the moon, back to the moon also will conjunct Jupiter later today at 29 degrees of Aquarius. And this, however, expands and blesses our emotional metamorphosis that we have going on. Remember, Jupiter is at 29 degrees of Aquarius, a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis. And also expanding in our blessing, our ability to alchemize with this whole metamorphosis theme, those lower vibrations and frequencies into higher ones. Our whole thing that we've been working on the past few days with the black moon and Venus conjunction is really being able to transmute the negative feelings that the black moon provokes in us and align with forgiveness and surrender to faith and love and joy and trust and peace. Symbolism of the dove, where the black moon is right now, a large white dove over troubled water. So the moon is helping us with this today, with its conjunction to Jupiter. And this should also do a lot to increase hope and optimism, both things ruled by Jupiter, after a more difficult past couple of days processing all this Venus black moon and squaring the T-square with Saturn yesterday. So Jupiter with the moon today, the moon is our feelings, our internal environment, what's going on inside of us, driving our actions and our behaviors and our thoughts. And we are getting an emotional expansion today and blessings in terms of processing what we've been through the past few days, integrating it, and transcending out of the darker aspects of it. And there is more that comes today with the moon conjuncting Jupiter, because Jupiter is also in a tight square right now with Mercury, as Jupiter is at 29 Aquarius and Mercury is at 1 Gemini. This has been in effect for a couple of days. I forgot to mention it in yesterday's report. I think it was actually exact yesterday, but we still have it going on today. And now that Mercury is in Gemini, his sign of rulership, this is intensified by Mercury's placement in his own sign. So this can bring tension in communication in arguments and contentious language, you know, a square to Mercury, tension, conflict, Mercury, information, messages, communication. But it also really increases, because it's Jupiter, the potential for exposure of information right now. And it also can produce optimism and positivity about things, because that's what Jupiter does, is brings blessings and optimism and positivity. And Aquarius and Gemini are the signs that we're talking about. And in this context, it's information about the future. Gemini, information, Aquarius, the future. And the moon is here too. So we could get some big picture information with this today that provides hope and optimism, centering around exposing what's under the surface of things and our emotional, and in this case, you know, with the moon, it's focusing on our emotions, metamorphosis. That transformation, that ability to alchemize those lower base negative feelings and fears and black moon issues into their highest, and into clearing them out and then replacing them with love, hope, joy, surrender, forgiveness. Most importantly, forgiveness does so much for changing our vibration and opening us up to attracting more positive and beneficial things into our lives. Because as long as we're holding on to any type of resentment or anything, it's not doing anything to impact the person who we feel has wronged us or what created these feelings. All that it's doing is holding us down and creating more of that negativity within us that then manifests in other relationships and experiences that mirror the same thing. So we really want to be able, that's one of the major things that we're working on this year, is being able to release, let go, and forgive, and allow ourselves to be unencumbered by the things that have held us back in the past in terms of fears, insecurities, negative feelings, resentments, all of that. So let's see. Big picture information that provides hope and optimism, exposing what's under the surface of things. And in this case with the moon, it's emotional. Now, Mercury today, one of our big players, and Mercury is emphasized right now because we're heading into Gemini season. Gemini comes after Taurus, and Mercury's kicking it off. In a few days, Venus will be moving into Gemini as well, and then we'll have the sun move into Gemini later this month. But for today, we have Mercury at 1 degree of Gemini, and that Sabian symbol, the energetic that it emanates and the way that we can describe it in picture form, is a glass bottom boat reveals undersea wonders. Back to that whole sea theme, leaving the age of Pisces behind us, getting out of the water, looking what is underneath us in the water, and staying on top of it, staying above it. And Mercury is the messenger. In Gemini, he brings us facts and information, and lots of them. And while Mercury is in Gemini this season, this time around, we will be, and every time that Mercury goes into Gemini, we're very busy and communicative. I'm expecting small businesses will begin reopening all over the place. And we will begin talking and communicating more and going places and doing things, generally just getting back to being a lot busier and a lot more social, sharing ideas and information much more than we have been up until this point. And another thing that comes with this is an emphasis generally on the mind and on the mental faculty, and also on mental health issues. While Mercury is in Gemini, I'm expecting to see an emphasis on mental health issues generally, and them just playing a more prominent role in the general public discussion during this time, since Mercury is all things emphasized in regards to the mind. So this is what we can expect this month. Lots of ideas, information, and communication, and it will just keep going. Mercury's the first one to move, and then, like I said, Venus will be right behind him, and then we'll have the sun later this month. So lots of information and communication and facts and ideas and opinions and talking, lots of media, social media, all of that very highlighted over this next month. Another thing that happens, let's see. So today, with Mercury at the glass bottom boat, degree, and Jupiter at the butterfly degree. Remember, they are in a square to each other. It could be revealing information and messages today that help us to emotionally expand and transform, because remember, the moon is there as well. Mercury in Gemini, and this is another important thing that we have to realize and understand about Mercury's transit into Gemini this year. The North Node, destiny, where we're being pulled to, where our path wants to take us, the future course that our blueprint has mapped out for us, is also in Gemini right now. And so as Mercury and the other planets move into Gemini this month, this will do a lot to push us towards our collective destiny and to open up our path and kind of pull us along. There'll be a lot of fated things that happen this month, and it also puts a highlight on our karma because the South Node in Sagittarius, the opposition of Gemini, is also emphasized. So Mercury moving into Gemini today will activate that North Node at 12 Gemini, and we become much more vocal. This will make us much more vocal about demanding our rights and our freedom. Remember, right now and for the next couple of days, the North Node is at 12 degrees of Gemini, which is the Sabian symbol of a slave girl demands her rights of her mistress. And the North Node has actually been at this degree for an extended period of time, really emphasizing this theme collectively. So, like I said, with Mercury moving there today, this energetic will also be activated, making us more assertive and vocal in terms of demanding our rights and our freedoms, referencing that slave girl breaking free degree, which is very relevant to basically the state of the collective destiny of our planet right now. We know that that's what we're doing. We're breaking free into the age of Aquarius. So it all makes sense. It all goes together. Mercury and Jupiter, remember, they're in square today, and they are also the rulers of the positions of both the North and South Node right now. The North Node is in Gemini, ruled by Mercury. The South Node is in Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. And they're in a square today, so they're interacting. Their energies are interacting together. So both destiny and karma are being activated by this Mercury-Jupiter square today. So we know that whatever is revealed to us is helping us to break the chains, 12 Gemini, the North Node, and take authority over our own lives, as well as helping us to transcend out of limiting belief systems that are holding us back from transforming into our true potential and arriving at that new and even more unrestrained level of freedom that we have yet to experience as humans in our recollectable history. So that is kind of a big deal, and I'm expecting a lot more karma and destiny type things to be activated over this next month while Mercury and then the other planets move into Gemini with the North Node. So, where am I? I keep losing my place again. So we have, like I said, some both very karmic and destined energetics today that are activated, helping to show us the truth so that we can evolve. So really today we have Mercury moving into Gemini while Mercury is in square to Jupiter, activating the North Node in Gemini, the South Node in Sagittarius. Remember the South Node right now at 12 Sagittarius, that's a flag is seen turning into an eagle that crows. That's like the most tangible manifestation and symbolic reference of freedom that I think there is in the whole, like, metamorphosizing and transcending into freedom that there probably is out of all the Sabian symbols. And that's where our South Node is. The South Node is karma and what we need to do in order to let go of the past and move on and embrace the future. And we are being called with Jupiter also at a metamorphosizing degree and the South Node at a degree about metamorphosizing, to metamorphosize and to get back in alignment with our authenticity so that we can become who we're truly meant to be, so that we can clear out the past and move forward into the future. That's the directions today. And then we have, like I said in the beginning, we have the moon with Jupiter. blessing us and creating more hope and optimistic feelings today, even though he will be squaring Venus in the black moon. But it's all good. Things are going to start getting busy. Information is going to start flowing. We're going to start being more and more social, and we're going to start learning a lot as Mercury moves its way through Gemini. So that's what I have for my report today for you guys. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to. Share it with your friends. And yes, leave me comments. I love your comments. I love interacting with you guys and seeing how your experience of all of this is. It's been a rough couple of days for me, and I am glad that the moon is moving to conjunct Jupiter today, and Mercury is moving into Gemini. For all of you Geminis out there, specifically Gemini ascendants, Gemini moons, or people with a lot of stellium and energy in Gemini, this is our season. This is when we're going to get a lot of ideas, inspiration, a lot more like attention and stuff for what we have to communicate, because it's all about Gemini and the Gemini related themes and information. Well, not all about that, but with Mercury today, Mercury in Gemini, information and communication and socializing should start becoming more prominent, especially for those people who have a lot of Gemini energy. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have a beautiful day. Bye.